Welcome to episode 9 of the State Grade Show. My name is Gab Tobias from Tennis Victoria, and once again, as always, I'm very pleased to be joined by the lovely Sean Spralia. Welcome back to episode 9, Sean.
Thank you, Gabs. Good to be back. Episode 9. Getting through them slowly, aren't we?
We are. We're getting through them, and it's as we get through this episodes, we're getting closer to the business end of the season, which we're going to talk more about next week. So we'll keep that up our sleeves. But
very exciting.
Lots of things happen over the weekend.
Yeah, it's just a small matter of Wimbledon over the weekend.
And I'm representing with my Australian scarf. Shout out to all the Aussies and particularly the Victorians that did really well. Heath made 2 finals, the singles and the doubles quad wheelchair finals. Amazing effort. Storm Hunter, adopted Victorian.
We're taking her. She played Premier League, so she's essentially Victorian now.
Correct. If she wasn't playing in the women's doubles finals, we know she'd be here at State Grade representing Royal South Yarra.
Very good point. Exactly.
We'll call that out. Great to see Dasha back on court, obviously. John Peers as well. It was a really great tournament. And a special shout out to Lachlan King and Rasheen Galini, who played in the juniors at Wimbledon. Amazing to see them having their go, which is really cool. But there was also some more tennis heading on court much closer to home. Few things happened over the weekend. Do you want to tell us what went down?
Most certainly, Gabs. In the men's, Tennis World's charge towards the finals place continues, consigning Kooyong to their 4th loss in 5 matches with an 8-4 win on sets after the rubbers were shared 3 apiece. Despite the inclusion of Jacob Grills for Kooyong, who won both his doubles and singles rubbers, it was Tennis World's depth across the board that made the difference. Faulkner comfortably accounted for Eldon Park 4-2 to remain unblemished this campaign, and North Ringwood picked up an upset 5-1 win at Royal South Yarra to keep their finals chances alive. Finally, Grace Park Hawthorn made a statement, dismantling MCC Glenaris Valley 6-love to move to 2nd place. Aided by the inclusion of New Zealand ATP player James Watt, Grace Park dropped just 1 set for today. In the women's, the battle of 3rd versus 2nd lived up to the billing, with Diggers Rest proving their class to win 7-5 on sets against Grace Park Hawthorn after the rubbers were shared 3 apiece. Siaki McCulloch was a difference maker for the club from the northwest, winning both singles and doubles 6-2, 6-4 to move the match in Diggers Rest's favour. Kooyong Lawn managed to beat the rain and their opponents on their way to a 4-1 win over Harkaway, with the final singles incomplete due to inclement weather. The result consolidates their spot on top of the ladder with 5 rounds to go. Royal South Yarra were clinical on their way to a 6-love victory against Beaumaris, leaving them within striking distance of 3rd position.
Sean, James Watt made a big statement in his debut with State Grade on the weekend with Grace Park Hawthorn.
Definitely, and that'll be a big boost for Grace Park Hawthorn over the second half of the season. Big 6-love win for them against MCC Glenaris. And he had an interview on the First Serve on Monday night as well. So you're free to jump on Stack Team app and listen to his interview there as well.
Absolutely, and shout out to the First Serve and Brett Phillips for supporting the State Grade show, or supporting State Grade and pennant competition. We really appreciate it. Every week there is someone on from the competition talking about how they're going in tennis in their areas, so we really appreciate the support from the First Serve. So make sure you tune in every Monday night so you can keep up to speed with what's going on there. Now, the other big win on the weekend, Sean, was Diggers Rest. They had the win over Grace Park Hawthorn. It was a narrow win, but it was enough to get them that 2nd spot, which as we head into the business end of the season may prove critical.
Certainly. It was the pick of the matches for me over the weekend. Yeah, Diggers Rest showing their class in the end and winning, but we'll see how Grace Park Hawthorn go come finals. Well,
speaking of ladders, let's go and see how those matches on the weekend have impacted where everyone's sitting on those tables.
After their 8th win, Faulkner keep themselves in top spot in the men's competition, leading Grace Park Hawthorn and MCC Glenaris Valley. Kooyong slipped down to 4th position, with Tennis World coming for them in 5th position. On the women's, Kooyong hold top position from Diggers Rest after their win over the 3rd place Grace Park Hawthorn.
Sean, my favourite time of the week, time for the MVP. Let's see how they're looking on the ladders in the men's and women's draw.
In the men's, Chanchai Sokdong Eng from Faulkner retains top position, with Jack Bruce Smith from Royal South Yarra in 2nd and Chanchai's teammate Ken Kavrak in 3rd. In the women's, Miranda Poyle returns to top position, with Siaki McCulloch from Diggers Rest in 2nd. In 3rd, we have a tie between Grace Darcy and Eliza Dunbar, both from Kooyong Lawn. This weekend, as always, there's plenty of exciting matches, all starting at 1 p.m. on Saturday. Spectators are free to come along and watch what we all say is the best tennis in Australia at the moment. Let's take a look at the fixtures for this weekend.
So in the men's draw, we've got Grace Park Hawthorn at home taking on Tennis World. Faulkner are going to host North Ringwood at Oak Park Tennis Club, while Eldon Park will host MCC Glenaris Valley, and Kooyong Lawn will host Royal South Yarra for the battle for Sonington, Sean. We also, on the women's side, will have Kooyong Lawn taking on Diggers Rest, which will be a big battle there, 1 versus 2. Harkaway will verse Beaumaris Lawn at home, and Royal South Yarra will host Grace Park Hawthorn Club. Thank you once again for tuning in to episode 9 of the State Grade Show. We love having your support, and as do the players. Reminder, get down there on the weekend and cheer on your favourite teams and all the players that are representing their various clubs for State Grade. Before we go, Sean, we did catch up with the players again. We'd like to ask them the very important questions. This one this week is, what's their favourite tennis shot? What's yours?
Being about 6'3", Gabs.
Yes, can we just pause on that? Yes, 6'3". I'm not a very small person. It's just, I'm standing next to a giant.
Tall. Exactly. But it needs to be the serve. You can call me Johnny if you'd like.
Oh.
But if the serve isn't working, then there's not a lot else going on, unfortunately. So, yeah.
I won 2 service games last night in my competitive match, which was very exciting. It was the first 2 I've ever won.
I was about to say, is that 2 more than usual?
Yeah. So serve is not my favourite. Literally, the serve comes to me and I'm like, oh, it's my time to serve.
Yeah.
But every now and then I'll rip out a really good forehand or a backhand down the line and surprise everyone, including myself.
Nice one.
So let's see what the players had to say. What's their favourite shot?
Forehand.
Serve.
Drop shot.
Forehand.
Serve.
Forehand. Mine's probably Marlena's slice backhand.
No, it's Marlena's banana forehand line. Goes around the post.
It's pumping me up, boys.
Backhand down the lanes.
Forehand. Any forehand. Got so many good shots, can't put my finger on it. If they get me on a running forehand,
you're just too boring.
It's over.
Mate.
It's over.
I'm going off forehand, just full stop.
Oh, you're kidding. Yeah, same. Off forehand.
The off forehand, inside out, Bernie Tomic, mid-court ball.
The one that goes in.
Yeah, keen on a 4 when I make it.
One-handed backhand down the lane. Flat. Perfect.
Never goes in.
Never goes in. Rafia's amazing in the racket.
Any shot I don't fall over on.
So none of them.